Hello everyone! As it is Seizure Awareness Month, I thought I would talk about the 3 different kinds of seizures that I have had to encounter. I think it's important because most people don't know their names, or they may not even think they are serious. Starting off, we have the poster child of seizures, which is called grand mal. This is thought of when you think of a seizure or a fit. Large spasms of the body. The person is not conscious. You then put them in the recovery position and then they come back. It affects the entire brain. After effects can include dizziness, stress, confusion, and aggression. It can also affect your vision, your balance, and even your speech. You may even be mistaken for having a stroke. You will also feel exhausted. Stress can exacerbate it. So can heat. So if you have one of these seizures, sitting quietly and recovering is the best option. Next up, we have petit mal. This seizure, according to the brain, is no different from our previous example. The difference is, this one can be mistaken for daydreaming. The difference between daydreaming and this kind of seizure is that if someone is daydreaming and you touch them or call them, any disturbance to the dream, like waving your hand in front of their face, they are likely to come around. Whereas with this kind of seizure, you could wave, you could pinch, you could do all sorts, and they will not be able to come round. They come with all the above side effects of the previous example. Finally, we have the focal seizure. Another name for this is the conscious seizure. Unlike the other two, you are conscious. You may exhibit signs of grand mal. The difference is that you are aware and can see your body doing it. In my experience, as soon as I become aware of my body doing something it shouldn't, and I focus on that specific body part, it tends to go away. I also know that certain things can set them off, including my feet touching together, my hands touching together, especially if I'm drowsy. These ones come on the same as the second example. All of these tend to affect you when you're tired, hot, hungry, or thirsty. There are lots of triggers. Once you find out what the symptoms are that affect you, try to stay away from them. Or, if you have to be in those situations, do what you can to prepare. There is one woman I saw on Channel 5, I think it was, who had her service dog, and she walked around with a bag, and any time the dog gave her the signal, she would then lay down on her blanket in the street. She would have her seizure because he would give her a 20-minute warning, and then she would carry on her day. If you can have a service dog, I recommend it because they can smell it even if they're not trained. All of these will affect the brain. All of these will cause headaches, nausea, sickness, dizziness, and all of the above symptoms. To anyone who doesn't have seizures, if someone seems a bit drowsy, ratty, or is weird in general, they may not be taking some powder. They may genuinely have one of these. I know because my dog used to have them, and for 24 hours you couldn't touch him. He had petit mal when he was on a walk once. He started peeing against a lamppost, and I realised that he was there for 10 minutes, still with nothing coming out. When I picked him up, his leg was still in the air, like he was still peeing. People were laughing at him and pointing. It was only as I was taking him home that he came around, freaked out, got really snappy and aggressive. I just held him by the scruff because that stops him from being able to move his head. Then I took him home, explained that he had had a seizure and put him to bed. He was better the next day. We had also spoken to the vet and they said that he was not an epileptic. He had seizures that were based on stress. He had been attacked by a dog the day before, link in the description, which would cause him to have grand mal, and his body was still recovering from that. If you know someone who suffers from any of these, or if you suspect that you or someone you know suffers from any of these, try to find out what the triggers are because you can then minimize what it is, and until then go to your doctor in case they recommend something to keep them at bay. Do not ignore them, especially if you're alone. You could get hurt, or you could choke, or something else could happen. Again, if you have a dog that loves you, if it's not a service dog, you can train it. You can even train it yourself. If it is a service dog, you can also help it get trained to help you. I hope this information helps somebody. I have another story about the time I got paralysed, which I will tell at some point if you're interested. If you're still here, then you're handsome and you're beautiful and you, well, I'm speechless. I'll let you know next time I see you. Over to the pets. Hello all, this is Sylvie. If you liked what you saw, then subscribe for more. Hey everyone, my name's Bonjour. If you enjoyed yourself, then give it a thumbs up and share it with all your friends. Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and if you had fun, then comment down below and let my mum know if you know anyone with any of these symptoms.